It is nice and sunny and beautiful outside, and I want to take a look and talk about a video review of this hybrid. So is this hybrid great for you? Should you actually get this? Well, find out in this video review. I'm gonna really tell you the truth about this. There's a lot of people who just go ahead and pimp vehicles out. So if you do like my channel and video reviews, make sure you sub to it. It's a pretty nice looking vehicle. And see over here, but I really want to criticize a few things about this specifically in case you want to get this for yourself. And this is the hybrid XLE version, all black. I mean, that's the color code I wanted to get for myself. External wise, there is a few features here that I really didn't notice until you bought this car, including this thing right here. This is just weird, by the way it's actually built in here. Two, there is this huge hole here that collects really a lot of water with the vehicle. Plus, the vehicle registration is actually showing up right here. It is very noticeable, just cut right into the window itself. I don't like the way this actually looks like. The next thing is this. We have a huge spotlight here and gives you extra visibility. As we walk through this, you can see right here as well, you have those panels that I'm not too fond of. In all the vehicles, they do have that. After that, there is another very annoying thing. I don't know if you guys like it or not, but this actually really sticks out. The hybrid. In some vehicles it's blacked out, but in this one you can really see it. It's really in your face. And another one I really dislike is the one right here. When I see some people do, they actually take them out or black them out. So it's kind of annoying that those emblems are showing up all over the vehicle in places that you don't really expect to really see them, especially on the sides all over the vehicle. Another thing I found, my first 2 weeks of ownership, the actual screen, the windshield just cracked. Thankfully the insurance covered it, didn't have to pay anything for that, but still that was a major bummer here. Also, let's take a look at this. We got a scratch right here. I don't know what they made this vehicle with, but it easily does scratch. I don't like that, and the first thing I noticed when I just got this vehicle is right now. There was another scratch on the car. The scratches, this is a big issue with this vehicle. It's like the scratch just comes out of nowhere. I don't know why they made a big deal with this. Why do you have to so much in your face have something like this? This is like chromo code right on this, and it should be blacked out. It really should be. And it's like all over the vehicle. It is really annoying. Here's another one, all-wheel drive right there. I really wish it was blacked out. From an engineering perspective, we have a few things that totally, will tick off some people. And definitely it is understandable here. First one is this. You can't lift this at all. And in the winter, this is something you need to do. You need to lift it up so you can go ahead and put it up. Because of the snow and ice, it will just get stuck to it. It's not liftable here. You can also see a few other interesting things here, features that I dislike. One other thing about this XLE version is that it sports this really ugly chromo that goes all the way here, all the way until the bottom. One way for you to fix this is just to put wind guards right here so you no longer see this. Unfortunately, there is no way you can remove this annoying feature. Another thing about the Rav4 is the following. This thing right here, I don't know what in the world this is supposed to be, but I don't like it. Another thing is, if you are OCD, you will hate the way this thing is designed right here. It just stops right now. There was just this gap over here that goes through everywhere. Here's another interesting feature or something. This looks like some shark fin right on this thing right here. Not sure what it's supposed to be actually or do. I think this is just hideous. So the back of this car, I'm not sure if it looks like the back of a pickup truck, a Prius, or just something in between. I think the back of this vehicle is probably the ugliest part of this car all across. Other than that, it does have very interesting looks to it. And now let's go ahead and take a look at this entire vehicle so you can see how it actually looks like, zooming all the way out. Here is one that I totally don't get. So let me open up the vehicle and show you here what I mean. Doesn't open. That's actually not one of them, but still. Let's see if we can open it up. And still doesn't open. Okay, gotta go inside. Press on this. Take a look at this interesting thing here. I want to show you what I mean. I don't know if you could tell, but let's get at this. Right here, this thing. This looks cool, but you see the cutoff right here? Now, the way this door was actually supposedly made would be right here. When it opens, it's supposed to open just the door, and this piece would stay right over there. Instead, not only they cut off this hole right here, it goes right with the facade and opens it up right here. And now this looks just weird. Why in the world would somebody actually do that is beyond me. Now, I'm not sure what it is about this style right here too. But you can see there's this double jointed over here. I think it is just hideous in my opinion. Now, a few other things here. I do wish I got the sunroof up here. You can see that it doesn't have it. There's like those lights here. Not a big issue, but I'll show you something that I really did find a big issue right in the interior of this car. And over here, I don't know if you can see here, but there's something really ugly here. Really ugly. See like how much black here, right there. But if you look on the other side, there is this right here. Look at that huge waste of real estate space on this. This is just humongous. This is huge, and it is taking so much space when you're gonna actually be viewing this. In fact, it's obscening some of that. I mean, you need this to look at things sometimes on the side of the vehicle, and that actually is a humongous blind spot right on this. So the other issue is the complex climate control. Let's turn this on. Press this here.
It's time to go off.
And that's another one. If you're getting the hybrid,
First on life-saving innovation.
I just went ahead and turned this on. But it's hard to know it is on. It doesn't really tell you that the vehicle is really on here. Now, right now it is sitting in eco mode, which is hardly working. Let's turn this off. And here's the next issue. This is super complex, more complex than it has to be right here. So if you want the AC on, it's not here. You have to actually press on this button right there to turn on the AC. So that's something I really dislike, because if you have an annoying passenger, well, tough luck to you, because he's gonna just press on this thing and turn it off. Now, you really want to see something outrageous? I bought this because it's a hybrid model. Can you see this? This is a hybrid model. 14 miles per gallon. Are you kidding me? And I'm driving in eco mode. Now, I would not even waste my money on a hybrid if I knew that this vehicle is driving worse than my Subaru, which is an all-wheel drive car. 14 miles a gallon. What is wrong with this vehicle? Out of everything else, that's probably the worst one out of all those issues you might have with this car. Let's talk about the complex, beyond complex, climate control over here. So definitely if you're driving, you don't have the time, or you're not really looking here. You want to be able to move the controls around. This is just complex because, well, you know this is moving the temp around, but you know what? I don't know if it's moving the temp if I'm driving. I don't know what I'm doing here. I would think I would moving the fan around, but it's not. It's not moving the fan around. What moves the fan is this button right here. And then you have all those other buttons right here. Unfortunately, this makes it distracting driving at its finest. You don't know what you're pressing here, and you have to always look at the screen to figure out what is what here. That is probably one of the biggest complaints, except the eco, the lack of eco that is for this vehicle. My biggest complaint is actually this dashboard. That is one of the ugliest things I ever seen from the 1990s computer, and people were really making fun of this. I thought this was a joke until you see it for yourself. Not only it's slow, not only this is just, I don't know, unusual looking, there is nothing you can really customize over here. Really small amount of customization, and yeah, and this cheap reflection over here. They could have. It just seems like somebody just like slapped this thing right on the dashboard, and this was just an afterthought. You just put this in here. We have to put this somewhere. I mean, you created this car and there was no place to put it, and yeah, let's put it right up here. Well, it is definitely distracting. Just look at this. You're driving and you see this all the time, and you like wish like, let me just go slam my finger and just also, I mean, let me just go and slam this thing just down or something. I just feel like punching it or something. Sometimes it just looks like ugly. Every kind of a way here. Now, what else? What else is the big issue here? Well, the most annoying thing here is actually this right here. So pressing on this, it doesn't turn on. You want to turn the lights on, you gotta press right here. On, off. You know what? At night, you can't even see this. You're trying to trying to figure out what to press on here, and you accidentally press on the door, on this button, and it's really hard to see those things. Also, sunglasses, super small location. I'm glad they do have it, but it's small. It is really small for sunglasses here. Furthermore, those seats just feel cheap for a hybrid vehicle. I mean, for a $35,000 vehicle, those are not the best feeling seats. The material itself is just nasty. It's just nasty when you're like feeling this thing. Everything else here looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna really complain about things I shouldn't be complaining about here. Those just minor things, but they are annoying. And here, none of it is lighted up at night. You can't see anything here whatsoever. And there's a bunch of other buttons over here too that do things. The worst part of it is actually this. The Toyota dealership. They will diamond nickel you for just about anything, and yeah, I think I got ripped off an additional $500 at my dealership for this car. The fake leather here, this is PU. This is not real leather. It looks like leather, it is not. This is PU. PU stands for man-made leather, and it doesn't feel good. I mean, I don't actually like this. It looks like a mess here. I wish they had real leather. For this amount of money, why don't you just spend some extra money, put some real leather over here. This is actually nice, just this part over here. What else I don't like about this car? There is an eco mode here that we can use. When you put the eco mode on, it definitely will. I mean, the cooling system seems to be working fine as well. It is actually is cooling here pretty quick, and that with the hybrid, and yet the mileage is just pathetic. What else we have? The issue with pretty much the visibility in the back, a little bit poor visibility because of those things on the back, and you can see right here, there's a pretty big blind spot right now. hard to see because of that. So I do recommend, for if you are getting this vehicle, get one with the electronic mirror, because it has a camera here, because there's a lot of things that are blocking, and even if you're driving, it's hard for you to do this. Now the good thing is, when you're driving, you can't even hear this thing is even on. Right now I can actually go ahead and put this into the drive mode, and it's driving. See, like you can't even hear the engine. That is actually a good thing about this car. Let's put it back in. The bad thing is this: I'm gonna get out of this vehicle and I don't even know that it's on because it's so quiet. So I have to turn this off, which is the button ignition here. One thing I don't like about this push button ignition, in the winter I had a hard time starting it up because of that. Let's turn this off. EcoScore. This car has some issues. That is for sure. That's what you get, but $35,000 is a lot of money for things that we have some issues with in the vehicle. We have a shark fin right here. What is that for? Let's open this up. Opening this up is another one of those big deals because this thing is heavy. Get the lift gate. It doesn't open easily at all. On the back seat itself, there is a huge trunk over here that you can put a lot of things into. This is one of the good things about this vehicle. As you move this right there, one of the things I dislike is that it drops just a bit. Now the good thing is you can take this and put this right under the seat in case you want to. A few other things you can see right here. This is part of the actual vehicle. Right there, you can see where the tires actually supposed to go on the other side, and that does take some real estate space over here for you. If you are going to be getting any accessory, I do suggest the Rav4 original accessory. You can get this on eBay much cheaper than in the deal, and it does help with liquids or anything else that might get spilled over here. Unfortunately, when I got this, the back seats version of it did not seem to stick well, so I got rid of it. That's one thing I do like about the Subaru, and this car doesn't really have. Now this is the original one, right on the bottom. As you're going to be lifting this up, right there, going under here, you can see they have a second version of this mat. So if you change it around, this is a better version of it too. There's ample storage spaces over here as well that you can put things inside. Unfortunately, I don't know why they decided to put this white thing over here, and that really looks a little bit unprofessional for a $35,000 vehicle. I do wish they had something else they would put in here. On the side over here, you can put a first aid kit as well, so that's an actual added bonus. A cargo net could be used to secure some of your items, and of course hooking it up to the back of the seat would be the ideal thing for you to do. There is not much hookups that you can do here. Winter problems. Definitely, if you're living in the Northeast, don't get this car at all. It has a hard time getting rid of the snow. It does not. The windshield thing, I turned this on and it didn't get rid of this, and I think this is why the windshield actually cracked here. Also, right there, this thing right here, it should have been a bit higher. It makes the ability for you to remove snow out of this much more harder than it should actually be. Furthermore, this line, chromo, going all around right there, it is annoying. I really dislike it, and yeah, that's another one of those things. On the back here, we got an issue here, big issue, and I'll show you right now. So putting this back in, I don't know if you can see this, but right here, there is just a black hole, just a hole right there, and it goes all around. It is locked here, you can't go anymore. So that's a shame, because again, I don't like having this hole that shouldn't be here at all. I did get this because the original one is just not good enough for this vehicle. Opening this up, In the back you have a donut tile. No complaints here except right there you can see what is this plastic right there, and some other things that they put here. It's just, it doesn't look that professional when you look down here. So let's put this back in. It's not that easy to close, by the way. Going on the inside, well, one of the things here that I want to show you is the following. The passenger seat, no matter how much you pay for, is not automatic. It's all manual action. That is also a shame, because you're paying so much money for a car. This should be automatic, not manually adjusted. Now, another thing I do have an issue with is that it only has one USB port in the front. I wish it did have two. And outdated cigarette lighter over here. Who uses that anymore? Going inside, there's a map compartment for you here. Unfortunately, they skipped on this. They should have had one in the back seat as well. Two different compartments over here, which is good. At least they have two right in the back here. And this is good too. They have vents for the back as well. So that's actually a good thing. The next thing is the doors themselves. They don't open all the way out. So if you have some merchandise that you have to put inside the vehicle, this is not going to be so good, because it's hard to get things inside the car. So the front seat is fine, but the back one, why wouldn't it open more? It should open a bit more, so you can put anything big right inside here. So it really limits you how much you can open the door and what kind of things you can fit right in here. So inside the vehicle, you can go ahead and get it out. It's a little harder for you to get this out, and there's definitely a secret compartment here that you can just put things in, like right there. If you want to store some stash or something, this is the only location that you can actually put this in. There is things that I really dislike about this, and after owning this for a while, I do think that they could do a better job with a few things here. And definitely for $35,000, this is just one expensive vehicle, and the mileage is just bad. So if you're getting this, just think twice. Maybe get the gas model. It is much cheaper, and consider this as maybe like a warning about this car. Maybe they will get, maybe the hybrid thing will get better over time. I don't know, but right now I feel kind of disappointed that I did get this, and I'm probably going to be looking forward to trading this in eventually. Not yet, but when I get extra cash, I might actually do so. So I'm considering my options right now, but this car, yeah, it's still going to get me from point A to B, and it is safe, and plus it's supposedly good mileage. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something new today, and this was a mind-opener for you. And no, I don't hate this vehicle. I do own it. We'll be making some video what I like about this car, but this is my fair criticism of this. I want you to see some real truth about owning and actually having a vehicle, instead of just having people who just pimp different products over there just to get some ratings. On me, I like to do honest and real reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you decide to subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video of the Geek Tech Show.